Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. If you're here, say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's Heather Powers here with Humble Beads. I'm a bead maker, jewelry designer, author, illustrator, and of course, your all-around creative muse. It's my job to get those beads off your bead table and into some jewelry. So today we are going to be doing our Vintaj Playdate using the rest of the beads from the Vintaj subscription box from Just Made Lincoln. And the subscription box, you guys, it comes out at the beginning of every month, and it's a great deal of $150 worth of beads for $39.95. You will get it from justmadelincoln.com. It's a monthly subscription, and let me pull out my sheet here that shows. So last week I did a project. I showed you guys just the components, and I did one project with you, and today we're going to be using the rest of the components, well, as many as I can do in an hour. And then I've added some humble beads and a few extra things from my stash. I want to say hello to everyone who's jumping in here. I love your guys' comments and appreciate them so much. It just makes the whole video better to hear from you guys. So please, if you're here, say hello. Especially if you're a first-time viewer, definitely say hello. I'd love to know if you're watching for the first time, or maybe it's your first time leaving a comment. Either way, I want to say hi to M. Glad to hear you're having a sunny day and the storms have passed. We have Wendy, my buddy Susan, Barbara, Trish from Rustic River Finds, who is one of the sponsors from the Vintaj subscription box this month, and she had a great little coupon in the box for us along with the peanut seed beads. So hello, Trish. I'm so glad you're here watching. And we have Jess, of course, from justmadelincoln.com. Hi, Terry and Nancy, Sherry. We have Nancy Peterson from Icy Ann Arbor. I hear ya. It's starting over here too. And we have Lori and Candy, Kelly, my buddy Lynn, Lori Harvey. Hello. Yep, and the box is $39.95 and $39.50. Sorry. Even better deal. All right, thanks, Jess. Appreciate that. And Jess, if you want to put the direct link to the box in here, I would love to have that. Hi, Wendy, watching over on Facebook. We have Lauren. This is your first time today. Haha, very funny, Nancy. Oh yeah, guys, stay safe. There's lots of ice storms and bad weather all over the Midwest this week. I'm in a sweatshirt and a sweater at the moment. So Pamela from Florida, I hope you have better weather than we do. All right, so let's jump in. I'm going to start with this bracelet because it's the one I'm like, well, actually, I'm going to start with some painting. Let me grab my paints real quick so that I can have these ready to go. Okay. All right. Of course, I threw my paints in exactly the same spot, and I can't find the rose gold. How does this happen every time? Okay. Oh. Don't tell anyone, but it was in my hand. All right, great, Jess, for sharing that link. So I'm going to do a little painting real quick with the Vintaj Ultimate paints. These are permanent, and they stick onto the metal perfectly, and you can see I did a little bit of painting on this guy with the rose gold and brown, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that with this guy right here, and I think I'm gonna paint these two. Lynn, I love that your kitten Patina is a big Humble Beads fan. It makes my day every time I read that. Okay, I'm just gonna use a plastic baggie for my little palette here, and I need to grab a paintbrush. One second, you guys. Good thing that was one right behind me. And my water, because I'm dying of thirst today. Okay. So I'm going to start with this guy. And I'm going to do a little dark brown underneath. So we have sometimes the paint dries up in the tube. You just grab a little piece of wire, poke it through. You just need a little drop. Oh yeah. Pamela, you can just send some of that bright sun our way. We'll greatly appreciate that. And this is earth. So I have some earth brown and some onyx black to start with to get a nice dark earthy color as the patina underneath. And I'm just going to swish this all around here just to darken up the antique look that this already has. I want just a little bit of a richer brassy color underneath. And I'm going to have to grab my baby wipes real quick. Wasn't quite prepared enough for today. Wendy, you were dreaming about your paintbrushes last night and they were ending up in the most unexpected places. That's just my reality. Oh, actually, paintbrushes, I usually know where they are. The one thing that always disappears on me are ink pens. I don't know what the deal is with that. Or pencils, like plain ones, not the artsy ones, just the plain ones. You know, your everyday art supplies. And I'm going to do the same treatment on these little roped gold pieces too, which I really love these hearts. They're quite sweet. And I'm going to have fun designing with these. So I'm going to darken those on the front and the back and let them dry. And this paint, it just washes off with water, soap and water. I use a baby wipe a lot of the times. Very easy cleanup. So you gotta love that. And then you can use the Vintaj buffing block if you want to take some of the highlights of the metal to get those brighter again, to take some of the paint off. It's just a really great versatile paint. Works great on metal, polymer clay, glass, all sorts of surfaces. Okay. Oh, okay. Denise is asking if you could do a bi-monthly, and Jess is looking into that for you guys, but you can pause your subscriptions if you need to do them bi-monthly, guys, which is a nice option. Jess, I really appreciate that about you. Scissors and tape have legs. Yes, Wendy, that is 100% for sure. And Nancy has been painting everything with patina paints. Why not? It's awesome stuff. Okay, here's my terribly used Vintaj buffing block that I keep saying I'm going to order a new one and keep forgetting. Okay, and I'm going to, the little deco rivets, I rolled them on the edges, the ends, to make little bails, and I just used my round nose pliers for that. And then I'm using the buffing block to reveal some of the silver color underneath. Makes it look almost like antique silver. And I did the same with this little deco rivet and the heart too. Just a nice way to accent those colors. Or not colors, but the designs. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for just another second or two. And I'm going to start on this bracelet. So I need your guys' help though. Okay, on the video, I mean the preview to this video, I had the bracelet bar. I mean these two components that are like paisley pendants. I had it put together like this, and I bent it to make a bracelet bar. But does this look like a fancy steampunk bra? Or a bikini? I can't get over that shape. I'm not sure if it's just me, but let me know. Does it look like a bra? Or my other option that I thought would look good would be to make it like a real, well, to make it more like a paisley and do it like this. So I'll have like a thicker end and a thin end on this side. So let me know, which one do you guys like? Do you like this better or the bra? I know. Sometimes you just see things and you can't unsee them no matter how much you try. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so funny. All right, I'm just reading back through some of your comments really quick while I contemplate the brashness of this. Okay, now all I can see is Princess Leia, right, Barbara? Oh, and Michelle sees a bra and a whale. Isn't that the bad thing about our brain? Is we're always trying to make it into something. We can't just leave a component as a component. I know, right? Okay, so it's not just me. Once I say bra, you can't unsee the bra. So I'm gonna do something, what I want to say, with it like this. I think I like this design as my second option, and I'm digging that too. I'm gonna use some jump rings, I think, to connect it together. I might use a rivet right there. We'll see. Or maybe I'll pull out some glue and use some glue. I'm not sure yet, but maybe I'll come back to that one in a second. We'll start out with something simple, like this little pendant right here. I have the deco rivet. I actually just went ahead and cut off the little rivets. I mean, the little parts that folded over, the little pegs, and I used a flat file and filed that off to make it nice and smooth. And I'm going to use it with my little pink bird here. And I have the little pearl from the kit. And now I need to find my little pearl head pin. Excuse my sweater. Yes, Jess, you did use them and made it kind of a shape like a heart. Here was the way Jess used it, so that shaped it like a heart. Maybe I should just copy you, Jess, and make it into a bracelet that way. Or you kind of had it folded over and opened up. Yeah, that's prettier and less bra-like. Oh my goodness, the things our brain does. Oh, and I kind of like that these two overlap each other, and I can poke holes in here and do a little rivet. So I'm going to do that on this side. I am going to just copy you, Jess, because what the heck is that design thing for if not for some inspiration? So this is a great thing about designers, and we see it in like music all the time, where we take an idea and do a riff of it. And so this is going to be my riff on Jess's filigree heart that she did on the project page that she sends with us, which is awesome, by the way, Jess. Always appreciate that. Okay, so let's waste no more time, and I'm going to get this little freshwater pearl on, and this is a dyed pearl in this really pretty mauve color, and I'm going to do a wrapped loop, a messy wrap. Let's just really go for the messiness today. I'm going to embrace it. Give me the mess. All right. And I'm going to take some 18 gauge parawire in the art metal color, which is the dark metal color that we have here. Oh, okay, Jess, you did add the hole right there and put the jump ring. I see that now. See, you got to really study those little sheets, guys, because they are really a little workbook of ideas. You can learn a lot from all those little techniques that Jess puts in there. Okay, I'm going to start with a loop, open that guy up. I'm going to slip on my heart. And I'm going to make, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a messy wrap on the bottom here. Not as crazy as my tiny loop wrap, but a little messy because that bird's going to sit on it. Ooh, here's a little extra tip for you guys. You can take components like this where it's pushed it, I mean, you know, the design is concave like this, and you can use this with polymer clay. You can take a piece of polymer clay and stick it in here and have it have the impression of your pendant, so you can make little polymer clay pendants using this component too for your jewelry designs. Just a little something to think about. All right. Yeah, I'm going to keep this necklace just really simple. How am I going to... Oh, okay. I didn't add that little guy. I'm going to think about that for a second as I forge ahead fearlessly. Okay, I'm going to make a big loop on the top here. A really, really big loop. And I'm going to slip on that deco rivet on the bottom here. Just like that. That's why I made the hole so big, so that this could slip on there nice and easily. Let's see, do I want to do that? Is that going to be a problem? I think that's going to be a problem. I think I'm going to punch a hole in that bottom and stick it through the hole so that it's not moving around on me. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this upside down. I'm gonna punch the hole this way, and then I'm going to just leave it. I'm just going to grab my file and just file it down just a tiny bit. I don't usually punch a hole going towards the front because then you have this little burr. And so there we go. Now I'm going to stick this guy through here. Make sure I got this going the right way. There's a lot of okay, let's see if this is it. There's a twist and a twirl, and we'll see if I got it on right. Nope, did it backwards. There we go. Oh, that almost seemed like math, you guys. Oh, you can fill it with resin too. That's a great idea. Just as the Mixed Metals Vintage book has a project just like that in the book. And Jess, are those books still available for free for download on the vintage.com website? They were before. I don't know if they still are. Okay, just doing a messy little wrap on the top here. And I'm going to tuck this in. All right, now this little guy, I still want him to be down here, so I think I'm gonna, the easiest thing would have been to put him on in the beginning when I was doing the wrap, but the workaround is I will redo the wrap and put it directly on there when I do the wrap. So I'm going to make that loop, open it up and stick it on the under part of my bird, the loop that's right there. I'm going to close that up and wrap it around. Going crazy with the messy wraps. It's kind of fun with this wire that's so light and malleable. I love when you guys share great ideas in the comments. I like to go back and read them, and I know our people like to read them too. Okay. So, yeah, Jess, I just totally stole your idea with the heart right there. With that little guy. And, yeah, lots of inspiration from you today. Okay, now I'm not going to do anything else with this because I am just literally going to do jump rings and a chain. And so I'm going to leave that guy as is because you guys don't need to see me do jump rings and a chain, but I will definitely share the picture with you. Now, before I go on to the next part, I'm going to paint my rose gold on here. Oh, epoxy clay also works in the heart. Great ideas, you guys. Yeah, the pink and black, you know, it's a classic, isn't it? And so they work really well together. And of course, the little bird, if you guys are new here, not of course, because you wouldn't know, I make the birds, and you can find those at humblebeads.com. Those are not included in the monthly subscription. Those are from my bead stash. Okay. And now I am going to just do a little rose gold over the front and back of the heart. I'm going to do the front and let those dry for a second. And I'm going to fill up my heart here with the rose gold. And let's see, do I want to do the color around? The nice thing is if I don't like it, I can just wipe it off. There we go. I kind of like the painterly effect that I have going on here. Not too perfect or precious. Alright, and I think I'm going to do just a tiny bit of the antique copper too. I go with all the metals. Alright, so those large hearts, you guys can find them on Jess's Etsy shop, which is the Vintage Salvage on Etsy.com. So there's the link where you can find that. And she's put the direct link for the metal hearts in the comments. So if you guys need a little retail therapy and love this heart and want more of them, that's where you can find them. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a keeper. I might go back and do another little coat of the black to have that lettering stand out just a wee bit more. And I'm going to paint the back of my hearts. And then we'll go on to the next step, which will be my second pendant. Or maybe I'll mix it up and do, I'll go back and forth doing earrings and pendants. How's that sound, you guys? Okay, let's do these little earrings because these guys are going to whip up in 2 seconds. Hardly anything to do with them at all. I love a design that just puts itself together. That's like kids that put themselves to bed. Designs that just put themselves together. Gotta love it. I'm going to grab some vintage brass ear wires, and I'm going to grab my jump ring bowl and see, I think I'm going to do a little tiny wire wrapping on the top of these, and I'm going to use the 20 gauge wire. Hi, Angel, Jean, and Helene. Welcome, you guys. Glad you're here. Okay. Now, for this, I'm going to have about 2 inches on the back. I'm going to fold these both up. And I'm going to wrap it around 2 times on the bottom. Trim it off and then pinch that closed. And then for the top here, I'm going to do a front to back loop. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do because I'm going to have a jump ring in between holding the 2 together. And so I'm just going to make a tiny loop here, grab this and wrap it around several times to make a nice full messy wrap. I think I'm going to do one more. Really messy. Yeah, that looks good, right? And of course the little, I keep saying of course, in case you're not familiar, I also make the little dogwood charms, and these ones are in the cream. And I'm going to use a jump ring to attach those 2 together. And I'm going to look at a few different sizes and see which one works the best for me. Okay, I think these are like a 12 or a 14. I mean a 12 or a 13. Yeah, I like that. And then on the top, I'm going to grab a little 9mm jump ring and close that up. Before I close it up, I'm going to add my ear wire because, you know, let's keep things simple. And this pair of earrings are almost done. Let's see if I need to add anything else or if I like it just as is. What do we think? I feel like it needs a little tiny something, but I'm not sure where. I'll let that set for a second while I think of what exactly do I want to do with this guy. I feel like it needs a little tiny something somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it. Oh, you know what I can do? Susan, I'm going to take a Susan Gagnon. I'm going to borrow one of your ideas that I saw this week that I loved. Thank you for the inspiration. Susan took these little guys on the sides here and she painted them to look like little berries. So I'm going to borrow that technique, Susan, and paint some little tiny drops. I'm going to use white. Let me see. All right. Ooh, my paintbrush is quite funky for doing detail work. I'm going to wipe that off. I have a little baby wipe here. You can just wipe things off immediately. I'm going to use looking for my little rubber brush. That would make things much easier, but I can't find them. No surprise here, right, guys? We've already discussed of how things just run off. Here we go. I have a paintbrush I haven't destroyed. Oh, yes, that pair of bird earrings Susan did were super beautiful. Susan is such a wonderful designer. Always love seeing what she's making. I actually love to see what all of you guys are making, so be sure to share your work online. Okay, much better. Yeah, a paintbrush that actually has a point. Imagine that. And not flail it out into a million directions. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off because I need a little more paint on here. Okay, seriously, I just lost my paint. Oh, here it is. Oh, help me. The paint is water-based paint, Pamela, so you can wash it off. Oh, let's see how this works. Barbara said use the other end of the paintbrush to make a perfect dot. I used too much paint. So let's try that again. Boy, you guys are clever. What would I do without you? I'd be spending all my time trying to paint little dots and driving myself crazy. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna wipe this side off and try that again, because that was the trick. Back of the paintbrush, not too much paint. Just give it a little tap. Not too much paint. Oh, and then I wiped them all off. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Got into my groove now. Nope. Okay, clearly there is a very small margin between too much paint and not enough. Here we go. Use less paint than you think you're going to need because the paint spreads. All right. I like that. Cute. I may dull it down with a little gold before I end the show. I'll just touch a little tiny bit of gold to it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yes, the paint just says dries to a hard enamel finish, air dry curable, and wood soluble. It's permanent to wood, resin, metal, leather, fabric, and more. And Barbara, you painted ceramics for years, so you knew that was the trick to dots. Thank you so much for sharing. I so appreciate the tip. All right, let's take this out of here. So I'm not going to do the second earring because you guys don't need to watch me make a second pair of the same design. All right, now I'm going to go down here to my component. I'm going to, let's see. I was trying to decide if I want to do 3 holes on the bottom here, or if I wanted to do like just one big one and hang things. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to poke a hole here at the bottom of my heart with the 1.5 millimeter jump ring. And that left a little burr on the back, so I'm going to just do a little file. I'm going to want to use a thick jump ring, but maybe smaller. That one may be too small. Yeah, definitely too small. All right. Looking for the perfect size jump ring here. Not always an easy task. See, I feel like that's too thick. Oh, maybe I'll use an oval. Yeah, that's what I'll do. You're watching it snow while I paint dots. I like that, Lynn. Toll painting. Yes, Michelle, that's the other world where you would do that kind of little dots, right? Well, I appreciate you guys helping me out. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that on. Yeah, and then I'll use the same jump rings on the top of the necklace too. I'm gonna put my little seam in the back. I don't know if it'll stay there, but okay. I'm gonna grab a 5 millimeter jump ring and see if that's big enough for this guy. I think it should be. This is a big 20 millimeter Vintaj ring. I only get these like when in their grab bags. Just if you ever can offer 20 millimeter jump rings, that would be a gift. Lynn, have I ever made sunflower beads? Why, yes. I did the whole Van Gogh sunflower series. Let's see. I think I'm going to do 3 links of this chain as the connector for my little keyhole that we painted last week. And this is a little flattened oval chain, a brass chain from Vintaj. And you guys be sure to check out Trisha's shop at sorry Trish, rusticriverfinds.com. Lost my train of thought there. And Trish has all sorts of vintage components. She carries the paints, chain findings. She's a full service bead shop, and we love to support our small bead shops. And you have a free shipping coupon in your Vintaj box this month, so take advantage of it. All right, now that. Okay, I think I'm going to have to do 2 jump rings because I want it to turn the right way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we definitely want our little components to be falling to the front, not off to the side. All right, here we go. Get this one scooched down a little. It's giving me more trouble than I like, so I'm going to switch this out for one more link of the chain instead of fighting with jump rings. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yes, Donna, that would be cute. To hang the square from the key so it was laying horizontal, so you could have it like that too. Okay. Or should I have just taken... Is that enough? I want it to hang down below there. I think I need one more link. Probably those of you who can figure things out spatially knew I was going to need an extra link and were yelling at your screen. One more link, Heather! Okay. I like this. All right. Gonna slip that on. Yeah, I like how that falls right there. Nice. Now I'm gonna add this little guy on the bottom, and I'm going to, let's see, I think I'm just gonna use a little jump ring and do a simple loop on the bottom there. With my heart. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use a jump ring to attach it or just directly. I'll play around with that for a second. Yeah, I think I'm going to just attach it directly to the bottom loop there so that he's not moving around too much on me. And I love these crystal hearts. It is a big, chunky crystal, and it's just gorgeous, and I love it. It has so much dimension and sparkle to it. Sometimes in the bleak of February, you need a little sparkle. Can I get an amen? I'm not always a sparkle girl, but sometimes you just need a little extra light. Okay. Let's get that guy rolling back down. All right. Yeah, I love that. Okay, let's stick this on here. And then I'm going to use a chunky jump ring on the top here because I want to have a lot of strength on that jump ring on the top. Ooh, this one might be too fat. Oh, no, he fits in. So this is a 9.25 millimeter etched jump ring with the rib design on it. And not as 100% sure how I want to end this guy. Feeling a little indecisive about that. I had these little tiny crystals I want to use as part of the chain on the top here. I think I'm going to just do little links. Okay, I got it. No need to torture myself. I'll just go with my gut instinct. I'm going to grab 4 of those. And now I'm looking for my eye pins. Here they are. Oh, okay, so you guys, Trish says that Jess has been making all sorts of great updates to the store, and they are definitely worth visiting and checking out. So if you guys haven't been to Galena, road trip when you're ready. It's in Galena, Illinois. It's a beautiful, picturesque vacation town with one of the best bead shops ever. And so it's a super fun place to shop. The whole town is super fun to shop. And very inspiring. Jess, you need to have a little summer class so everyone can have a reason to come visit you. Okay, I'm just using my one-step looper here, the 1.5 millimeter, to do just a little beaded chain links. I'm going to do 3 on each side. And of course, I'm just doing one side. I don't know why I keep saying of course. That's my catchphrase of the day. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you need a laugh, we've been watching Project Runway from like 2008. It has been so much fun to watch what was fashionable in 2008. It's been pretty hilarious. I highly recommend it. I don't know why that came up in my mind. Just my little extra tidbit for you guys. If you need some extra entertainment, watch some of those old Project Runways. They are pretty funny. That's what we've been watching over here. Okay, I'm just using these 5 millimeter jump rings to make my chain here in the middle. And I like to have a little beaded portion of the chain on the bottom so that the chain, if I don't, I find that my chain wraps around itself. And so if I have a little beaded portion on the bottom of a chain, it doesn't do that. So that's my reason for doing that. And I'm going to open this up and this is a really heavy duty jump ring. Kind of love it. this one's fun. All right. And I'm going to do these ovals on the top. And then I'm going to grab some chain. Let's see what I have here. Excuse me while I unroll some chain. Brenda says you're an anniversary follower, but you didn't know you followed me until just now. You probably followed me a long time ago and then didn't get notices for a while. And so now you're back and they're ready to throw you a party. Right, Bonnie? I love Tim Gunn too. Yep, Susan, make it work. Okay, and then I'm going to use the oval jump ring on the top to attach the chain, and the chain is the same one that I used on the bottom component. So repeating elements, have this oval design going kind of up and down the necklace to tie things together, which fits in well with the elongated component on the necklace. So there we go. Here's my pendant. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put a humble bead on this one. It's totally not complete. And what do I want to throw on there? How could I design something without a humble bead? Oh, I am losing my marbles, you guys. Totally. All right. Ooh, okay. I got a cute little friend here. I'm just going to stick him hanging off to the side here, just like that. I'm going to grab my, let's see. I think I'm going to grab one of those long pearl pendants. And I need a little thing at the bottom here to stop the beads. So I have a whole bunch of seed beads here. Let me grab a little tiny gold one. Oh, there's a whole bunch of gold ones right in front of me. So I'm going to grab a little tiny gold seed bead as my stopper on the bottom of here. And then stick that on. You know, there was a lot of wisdom in that little Portlandia sketch of put a bird on it. If in doubt, grab a bird. And these are I sell these little birds in pairs, usually for earrings, but they do make really great little charms too. And you can never go wrong putting a bird on a jewelry design. Everybody loves birds. Well, almost everybody. The majority of people love birds, let's put it that way. Okay. I'm just going to use that whole little bit of wire. And I'm going to grab one of those 5mm jump rings. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to use the little oval one, and then that kind of ties everything in together there. Oh my gosh, guys, I have a really funny story for you. I was on the phone this morning with someone taking care of some business, and I was rolling beads through the pasta machine, my clay, and she was like, "What's that noise?" And I said, "I'm making beads. I that's my job, making beads, and I'm rolling the clay through a pasta machine. And at the end of the phone conversation, she said, "Have fun making your beans." So she thought I was making beans with a pasta machine. Oh, that really gave me a good laugh this morning, making the beans. Okay, yeah, I like how he's just floating around, flying on there. Yeah, there we go. Dun, dun, dun. You used your marbles in a bracelet, Lynn? I want to see this, unless I missed something and it's a joke. Okay, pendant number 3. Oh, we're almost out of time. Let's see, what do I want to I have to show you this bracelet, because earrings, you guys can figure out how I did that. Let's get this bracelet whipped up. Right away. All right. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm just kidding. I am going to do the 4 beads on here real quick. The branch beads, the disc beads that are, sorry, lost my train of thought, that are from my website. And I need a rivet. Which I might have to jump up and grab rivets. We shall see. Yeah, one second. Let me grab a rivet. Oh, wait, I might have some right here. No, that wasn't my whole table crashing to the bottom there. You heard nothing. Okay. Yeah, let me grab my rivet. Oh, Stephanie, that's funny. Stephanie said she was always getting a beating instead of beading. One time I went to Barnes & Noble's and I asked for a book on beading, and the kid turned like 12 shades of red. And he said, "Could you spell that for me?" Because he thought I said I was looking for a book on beading. That killed me. Oh, one second, guys. Okay. I was there with my kids. I was like, what kind of person would just come in and... Yeah, that was pretty funny. Okay, so on these components, just like Jess did, I'm going to poke a hole right here in these parts, in this circle. And I'm going to grab my bench block. I have my little rivet here. And I'm going to layer those two together. Make sure I got this at a good size apart. Okay. Now I have this little hotel key card that I've punched a hole in, and I'm going to put that on here and cut it, and I know that that will be the perfect length for my rivet there. Ooh, I feel like I didn't cut it quite close enough. It was too big. Okay, now I'm going to take the ball peen hammer and gently hammer around the edges of that rivet, and it's making the metal splay out and cover the hole. And I evenly hammered it all over the hole back here. And that's a very simple and easy way to do a rivet, so you don't have to figure anything out. Michelle, that's funny. I'm not going to repeat it, but that's funny. Okay, let's, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to do double strands on each of these sides with jump rings, and then use a large jump ring to catch them. And I'm going to use these larger components. I'm going to use the 5mm jump rings for this. Let's see, do I want to use a slightly smaller jump ring? Okay, I'm going to use slightly thinner jump rings. I think that'll work good. Alright, I seem to have lost some comments here. I don't know what happened. We're going to do one side of this bracelet only because we're running out of time, and I just want you guys to get the feel for what I'm going to do here, and then I will complete putting the rest of these together and take photos and share with you. Guess I was too chatty and indecisive and didn't get enough things done today. But that's fine. I really loved everything I put together with you guys. And making jewelry is just such a joy and a privilege. It's a great way to spend my afternoon. Okay, so you see how I did that? I did the 2 jump rings and then did the big jump ring, and I'm going to repeat that on this side so that even though they're different on each side, they'll be unified and tied together with the jump rings. Oops, that jump ring is now lost in my sweater. Okay, here we go. Or do I want to do just one on this side? Putting those 2 together, I think I'm gonna, maybe I'll do 3 jump rings on this side. Okay, this is an 8mm jump ring here, or maybe it's 7.25mm. And so I'm going to have those 2 crossing together, just like Jess did in her sample, which of course is a fantastic resource. Okay, I think I'm just going to do the 1 jump ring and let that be that on this side. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Dun ta da! Okay. I'm going to do 1 of these so that we can get one side done. And I'm going to use my looper to make a nice even loop on one side. Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to grab some little O beads, slip one on each end, and then I'm going to just cut and make a loop on the other end of here. I just broke the jump ring, the O-ring. Gotta go slow. Can't be in a hurry when you're working with those O beads, because you will crack them. They are glass. Okay, let's do this again. All right, guys, almost done. Thank you for staying here to the end. I really appreciate it. In fact, if you're still here, let's do a little giveaway for a $20 Humble Beads gift certificate. And how we'll do this is I will ask a question, and the first person to answer that question, and it'll be the first person that I see, not necessarily the very first person because that you see, it'll be the first person that posts that I see will be the winner. So get your typing fingers ready. I'm going to ask a question. And then I'll pick a random answer. So if you're here, get ready. We're going to do a $20 gift certificate. Let me finish up this bracelet really quickly because all I need is one more jump ring. I'm going to use a smaller one. Okay. Oh, maybe I need an even smaller one. All right. You guys still here? You ready? Okay. So my question for the $20 gift certificate is, what did I use to make the dots on my little deco rivet? What did I use to make the dots on the deco rivet? The first person to answer, you will get the $20 gift certificate. Let's hear from you guys. First person to answer will get the gift certificate. Oh, Michelle Gardenia? I don't know if I said your name right, honey, but Michelle Talbot Gardenia? Probably laughing at how I just said your name. You are the winner. Okay. I think I'm going to have to end this here and I will finish up, but I'm going to play with this a little bit more, but you guys can see that is going to be how the bracelet is going to look. And I think I'm going to do more dangles on this side to kind of give it a little bit more visual weight on this side. But mostly made a mess today, as always. That's the fun of it, but we have 4 projects from the box that we need to just finesse and finish up. I have the pair of earrings with the deco rivet. We have the long pendant with a whole collection of goodies from the box, along with my Humble Beads bird. And then we have the black and pink combination with the heart. And I'm going to do a simple chain on the top, probably a little bit of beaded with some pink. And then we have my bracelet here that I need to finish up. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wendy, you did like the shape before I mentioned the bra thing. I know it's hard to unsee it though once you see it, right? Oh, okay. Giardina. Giardina? Did I say that right? Oh, Michelle, I'm the worst. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for joining me. My components you guys can find at humblebeads.com. And so the birds, the flowers, the disc beads, and Kim, these are actually all polymer clay, just so you know. I really appreciate you being a fan of them and liking them. They're all really lightweight, and so they work really nicely with a wide variety of designs. If you guys can subscribe to the Vintaj subscription box, and you can subscribe to the February box until the end of the month, which is like next Tuesday. I don't know where the heck February always goes, but it never lasts long enough. You would think those 2 days were 2 weeks, that it was short. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Jess, thank you for sponsoring today's video. I so love and appreciate you. And you guys, thank you so much, everyone. Michelle, I am not making beans. I don't make anything but beads that involves cooking of any kind. You guys take care. I won't be doing a coffee break on Friday, because it's my turn to spend the day with my mom while she does her treatments. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. I will be featuring the Love Letters collection next week. Jess, I don't know how to oh, there we no. There we go. I'm going to be doing projects with the Love Letters collection that are going out tomorrow. Sorry guys, it's been taking me a while, but there's been lots of doctor's appointments and slow moving bean making over here. Lots of hugs to you guys. Take care, and I will see you next Wednesday with the Love Letters collection.